it's not as dangerous as it used to be. We used to get injured a lot more.
There's not been a guitar hurled into somebody's face for a good
5 years.
5 years, 4 or 5 years.
I'm gonna tell you what I know. The ladies gonna go, but the other make a flow. It's a shame that it drank. My tolerance is a stag. It's a shame that it drank. It's a bummer of a scene. But the roaches and the rats are less effective than they seem. It's a shame that it drank. Shame that it drank. Shame that it drank.
We know what we're doing a little better, I would say that. I mean, things are quicker. We don't fight for 2 hours about editing a frickin' music box, you know, or a xylophone, cheap kid xylophone for 2 hours, and not agree on what clicking noise it should make. I think we all have realized that our lives are going to be short because of this band. So 2 hours in the studio about clicking noise is not going to happen anymore.
The songs, like the things we write about, that's a lot of influence too. It's like, you know, we spend a lot of time talking about ridiculous shit and wrestling and Mystery Science Theater and all sorts of like, we can put up this list of non-musical references that almost mean more to us than specific bands, because one of the things that I enjoy so much about us is that we have like obviously like a core set of bands that we all like, but there's so much, you know, you like that band, that, you know, I think they suck ass. It's like it's there's more that we're bringing in than just specific, you know, like a list of like 5 bands or something.
We've always avoided the kind of traditional stuff. I mean, we weren't on the get-go. We weren't writing about girls or, you know, like
we narrowed it down. It was science, murder, Wisconsin,
and us.
We've added wrestling.
Yeah, wrestling got added a couple years ago.
We still let Josh write about girls, though.
An album.
Yeah,
Yeah, he gets one song about girls.
One.
An album.
Fair enough.
And those are
we
usually
need one to you know make the wetness happen.
In all honesty, I'm waiting for someone who actually understands what we do and has a context for it to give us a bad review.
Yeah.
That's never happened.
I'm still waiting for that. I'm sure it, like, I'm not so in love with our music that I don't think it could happen. You know, like, I'm sure there's someone out there who is, like, steeped in Chrome and Pierubu and Devo and Mission of Burma who could say something negative about us. But I haven't heard it yet. Generally, anyone who's like, yeah, they sound like those bands, and they're great. That's generally what happens.
Yeah,
so,
it's sad when you gotta school the reviewer. We shouldn't have to school your ass on who the Jesus Lizard is. They put out a little record with a band called fucking Nirvana. Okay?
Yeah. So in all honesty, it's just kind of a...
It's sad.
You know, just when you come up against
it's
that.
lazy is what it is.
Yeah. It's like if you don't know what this... If you're not familiar with this type of music, don't review it.
We in 2000 when we like decided to be in this band and we were trying to come up with a name, my girlfriend at the time was bored at work one day at the CD warehouse, and she was like, "Hey, I made this list of palindromes for you to pick for band names," and we were like, "Oh, that's kind of a cool idea." So we went through them, and we found IfIHadAHiFi and really thought that like it fit because it was nerdy and sort of.
And there's a lot of highs.
And it's kind of music related. And then through that same list, we found like Dr. Awkward, Yell Delay, Mr. Alarm, Noise Legion.
I think it has had some negative effects in that everybody thinks they're in a great rock band now. And there's tons of really, 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 really shitty bands out there who are big on because, you know, they're in New York or or in LA where the zine is. the New York people can just write about their New York bands and not, care about flyover country. And every once in a while, like, a great band will pop up in flyover country, and they'll have to be like, "Well, what the fuck's going on in Baltimore?" Like, but so
which is on the east, not flyover country.
Whatever.
In a lot of ways, mediocrity ends up getting championed a lot more, almost, because there's so much shit out there that maybe it sort of lowers everyone's expectations. I don't know, but it's easier to be in a band that's just kind of okay because, you know what? I think it's because real, actual criticism doesn't show up. It's just those anonymous, like, troll bags that are really easy to dismiss.
But the exact opposite plane is you get an email from fucking Germany, like some kid in Greece emails you to tell you that you're the best band he's ever heard in his entire life, and there's no way he would have found you if it weren't for the internet. So I guess it's good and bad. A lot of good porn on there too.
But on the other hand, I've heard more amazing records this year than I've heard in a decade. Yeah. It's been a great year for music. It
that
really
newly Metallica.
B&M Lulu.
It's best new music.
Oh, next album's totally best new music. IfIHadAHiFi, best new music.
It really should be. That's a good idea, actually. That's a
9.5 Pitchfork best new music. IfIHadAHiFi.
Good idea.
There we go.
Don't steal it.
I won't.
You, the
Don't worry.
YouTuber, you steal it, I'll fucking kill you.
Like, when we moved down to Milwaukee, it took us probably a good 4 to 5 years to be kind of entrenched in, like, the Cactus Club scene where we could call Eric up and, like, book whatever we wanted. It did take us that long to kind of establish, like, the drinking buddy connections that foster that in Milwaukee. And unfortunately in Milwaukee, it's not so much about which bands are awesome as who you hang out with and who you drink with. And one of my friends, when I was from out of town that I was explaining it to, just kind of said, "Oh, Milwaukee is a drinking town with a music problem." And I'm like, "Yep, that's it." People we know in Milwaukee are gonna be like, "Fuck you, DJ!" That being said, I love it. I mean,
there's good bands.
There's ridiculous
and
bands in there.
and again, it's not.
Hey.
B&M.
Fuck. By the way, have I said fuck Nashville?
No, you
'Cause
haven't.
That needs to be in the interview. Fuck
Okay.
Nashville.
Sorry, guys. Your town sucks.
Your town's horrible. It's a cesspool that is contained in another cesspool with a ring of Metallica and and Lou Reed around it. That's Nashville. Right there.
B&M. B&M all over that town.
Yeah. Crazy B&M.
Well, Harley Race in 1983 was very determined to get Ric Flair out of wrestling because he was his #1 threat to the NWA Championship. So, as any decent heel champion would do, he put a bounty out on his head, and
Of course.
he cut the most transcendent promo in the history of transcendent promos, where he was dressed up like a used car salesman. He had a Bob Barker microphone.
And a suitcase full of 25 grand.
A suitcase full of 25 grand.
I love that it's 25 grand. Now that's like no money.
Chump change, yeah.
to The Rock, that's like no money. The Rock wipes his ass with 25 grand on a daily basis.
Sure.
I've done it for him. But anyway,
that's 5 new shirts for The Rock. But
I think he's going by Dwayne now, guys.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Well, did we just
CM Punk calls him Dwayne all the time.
Did we just score beef with The Rock?
Oh, God,
I think we
hope
scored
so.
bad beef with The Rock.
We sampled it for
Just
our
off
song "Somebody Take the Damn Money,"
Just
totally
hold it on
forgetting that the WWE bought all of the NWA's film library in 2001 and that they own the copyright to it. And so while we were on tour, we got an email from Dan at Latest Flame forwarding an email he got from the record presser saying, we need verification that you've cleared this with the copyright owner, otherwise we're not pressing this vinyl. I got to ask Aaron Rodgers on WTMJ4 when he was going to sign some Milwaukee bands to his record label, and he totally ducked the question. The news guy just started asking him about his favorite music.
Now we got beef with A-Rod.
I ain't got no beef with it.
I love the guy, but he's throwing mad beef their way.
Well, we
No.
don't love Jesus enough.
Gonna have to stick Dwayne on him.
We're gonna have to stick a little Dwayne on him.
Once you settle your beef with Dwayne,
If Aaron Rodgers asked me like to cup his balls while like,
You would cup his
I
balls.
would cup his balls.
This man wants to cup your balls, A-Rod.
on your label.
If that's what it takes to get on the label, Raj,
That's not gonna happen.
9.5 B&M, gonna be on your label, Raj.